The funeral system of Lifechanyuan. Xiefeng. July 15, 2009. Methods adopted to dispose of corpses are mainly these: inhumations, cremations, water burials, celestial burials, sky burials, hanging coffin burials, tower burials, wild burials, cave burials, antiseptic burials, sky burials. Among the many methods, basically one decision is paramount: to preserve the corpse or to destroy it. Preserving the corpse is to give the soul a home or keep it for the resurrection, and destroying the corpse is to liberate the soul that they might reincarnate as human or go to heaven. The main ways adopted by modern societies to dispose of corpses are by burning and consigning their ashes in funeral parlors or burying them in cemeteries and setting monuments where people may pay their respects. I have pondered on the disposal issue for when Chanyuan celestials pass on. From any perspective, the best way to dispose of them is by burning and spreading their ashes across fields and rivers. No trace of any corpse or grave should be left behind. I recently went to a cemetery in Lifechanyuan, Jiaguan. It was built like a garden and the price for the cheapest grave site was 12,000 RMB, while the most expensive ones exceeded 30,000 RMB. I felt rather sad because living is already difficult enough, but dying should not leave even more misery and sadness for those who remain. I once drove across two cemeteries, one in Harare, Zimbabwe, and the other in Lanzhou, China. The cemeteries each occupied large areas. There were thousands of tombstones lined up, as if thousands of souls were crowded there and talking to the living people, but what were they saying? It is understandable that their offspring wanted to create beautiful and comfortable places for the souls of their ancestors to rest. Every soul is not only worthy of respect and to be arranged in the best places possible in order to comfort them and allow them to rest in tranquility, but also to suit the living. This is reasonable, so when we arrange for the dead, we should also consider the living and the offsprings, so which kind of funeral method is most reasonable? The biggest danger of water and celestial burials is that diseased corpses could infect animals including fish, birds, mammals, reptiles, insects, and others, and eventually humans. Therefore, we encourage neither water burial, celestial burial, nor other similar methods. The biggest disadvantage of inhumation is that it consumes land that living people need. In the case of cremation, whether the ashes are placed in funeral homes or buried inside monuments, the nature of cremations remains the same as that of the inhumation, as it still brings trouble to future generations. The best disposal method can only be cremation, with the ashes being scattered across mountains and rivers. Funeral systems are reflections of cultures. The formations of cultures are based on people's understanding of nature, human society, and life. When we look at the dead from the perspective of life, we find that souls go to one of four places after death. 1. The upper world. 2. The lower world. 3. Reincarnation back to mortality. 4. Staying between yin and yang space temporarily. So, for 95% of the dead, their physical remains have no value or meaning to them. They only serve as spiritual comfort to their living descendants. As the spiritual guide of Lifechanyuan, I do not interfere with how others treat the memories of their friends and relatives. People can do whatever they find to be appropriate, but for Chanyuan celestials, my suggestions are that after they leave this world, most will go to the 1,000-year world, the 10,000-year world, and the Elysium celestial islands continent. They will not go to lower realms of life such as the animal world, plant world, or hell world, nor will they reincarnate and return to the human world, let alone hover between yin and yang space as lonely ghosts. Therefore, there is no need to leave any trace of their physical remains in this world, because even a single small trace would leave worries and would present hidden troubles to their future lives in heaven. Thus, the funeral system of Lifechanyuan is to not let your descendants be extravagant with your body. Do not have your descendants cry for you. Do not have your descendants make graves and tombstones for you. Do not have your descendants make coffins and urns for you. Cremate the corpse and scatter the ashes across mountains, rivers, lakes, and seas. The above are just suggestions for Chanyuan celestials outside Lifechanyuan. Whether you want to accept them or not is up to you. However, for the Chanyuan celestials living within our community, the new oasis for life, they are not suggestions, but requirements. Whether you accept them or not, the home will arrange your funeral for you like this after you leave this world. Any Chanyuan celestial who is unwilling to accept it should choose to live outside the community. In short, the funeral system of Lifechanyuan is good for future Chanyuan celestials' lives because it eases the burdens on relatives and friends maximally, wastes no space on the earth, and causes no trouble to future generations. This is a symbol of civilization and one of cultural sublimation.